talking about Bharat Forge. We have Amit Kalyani, JMD at Bharat Forge joining in. Amit, welcome to the show and always a pleasure to speak to you. This is Hiral on this side. You know, what
Hi,
a
Hiral.
time
Good
to speak to
afternoon.
you. Good afternoon. I mean, this was a time, I think, that street, from markets to corporates, everyone was waiting out for this kind of a moment wherein the trade deal would be signed. You know, a couple of conversations did say that this is probably just a psychological need of the hour, but the kind of rejoice that you're seeing in the markets is, I mean, I don't know what to even talk about it. What are your initial thoughts?
I think if you look at our own business for the last 25 years, we've been a very significant player in the American supply chain. And like us, there are other companies that have a very strong connection with the US automotive industry and engineering industry and other industries as well. And somehow that came under a cloud for a little while, you know. But India and America are extremely aligned, and I think this shows the strength of that alliance partnership and puts us back in the right context in a stronger position to grow our business. So I think this is good news. It puts a lot of clarity and it takes away any overhang that one may have.
Well, interesting on that. Good afternoon, Amit. Now, of course, there is the automotive segment also we talk about, but the defense space also is buzzing. Of course, there was a good budget announcement also coming in. But the India-US trade deal, now what happens for the defense-related businesses or globally for your company?
See, as a company, all of our businesses are globally oriented, including our defense business. And this whole rearm Europe is a very big opportunity for us to participate in the defense supply chain, both at a component, subsystem, and a system level. So we are exploring opportunities in that. And in US also, both export and make in the US opportunities are increasing. And I think that the question mark over tariff and how long is it going to last, what is going to happen, I think has finally been settled. I think it has been settled in a fairly I think reasonable manner. I mean, things happen by surprise. It came as a shock and it's gone as a pleasant surprise. So it's good. And I think we can resume thinking long term and reactivate whatever growth opportunities we see. And I think there are lots of opportunities. In fact, there are lots of things that were probably ready to go, which were held back because of the tariffs. And I think that will see an acceleration.
Amit, my question to you is, would you be happy with that 18% or was your expectation slightly lower, number one? And two, when it comes to the exposure that you have in terms of US Class 8 truck market, how big a turnaround are you expecting on that front?
First of all, the US Class 8 truck market does not even represent a double-digit percentage of our revenue. So I'm not particularly, I think the US Class 8 market is cyclically doing okay. The bump that was supposed to be seen because of the pre-buy due to the emission norm changes is not going to happen. But what that also means is that the huge increase in cost because of that emission norm is not going to happen. So volumes will remain stable to strong going forward. And the US is now beginning to spend more and more money on infrastructure. And I'm not just talking about data centers, but all kinds of capacities in the US are going up, including basic materials like steel. They're expanding ports, they're building pipelines. So a lot of infrastructure spending is starting to take place. So this will provide a 3 to 4 to 5 or even longer term kind of boost to infrastructure and in turn to transport. So I think the US is in a sweet spot as far as that is concerned.
Okay. So Amit, my last question to you, running out of time. So with the tariffs, the reduction coming into 18%, will that be margin accretive for a business like yours? Or will it be a pass-through to US customers to see that you get those market share gains in whichever segments that you're offering? And two, in terms of cost of sales as well, how will that be impacted?
Let me just say one thing, Tamanna, that we expect to keep growing, and I think this will provide us a acceleration for our growth, and we continue to grow profitably.